Hi, I'm Wheeler Winston Dixon, James Ryan Professor of Film Studies at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and we're here to talk about Metropolis, Fritz Lang's masterpiece science fiction film, which has recently been restored to its full length of roughly 150 minutes after years and years of neglect. This is one of the marvels of digital reconstruction, that it is possible to take all the elements of a film and put them back together again in some semblance which really closely matches the original. Metropolis was released originally in 1927 after 2 years of production. It depicts a futuristic society in which the very, very rich live at the expense of the very, very poor, who live in the sub-basements of the metropolis, this huge city, and basically control all the power plants, while the rich above live lives of leisure and relaxation. After its original premiere in Berlin, it was cut in a number of different ways. It was cut for general German release. There was a cut and anglicized American version that released for a while for 90 minutes. And before the advent of digital technology, the 90-minute version, the American 90-minute version, was the one that circulated the most widely. But then reconstructions began to appear. In the 80s, Giorgio Moroder, a music producer, did a supposed reconstruction of Metropolis with a score including such people as Pat Benatar, Loverboy, and Billy Squier, which was met with derision by most scholars, including myself. In 2001, Kino and the Murnau Foundation did a reconstruction which included most of Metropolis, was still missing about 30 minutes worth of scenes. And then something happened, which happens in motion picture history from time to time. In a vault in Buenos Aires, in an archive, a dupe negative 16mm version of Metropolis was discovered, which was complete. The entire 150-minute film, only a few minutes missing, about 5 or 6 minutes missing. Years of reconstruction then followed, and the 16mm dupe neg material was brought up through digital technology, which would have not been possible before, to nearly match the pictorial quality of the film. So now you can see this futuristic vision for yourself in its complete version. It's coming out on DVD shortly. It's playing around the country with the original score with which it was originally premiered. Fritz Lang, one of the great films. This film has influenced things like Blade Runner, the Star Wars films, H.G. Wells' Things to Come, directed by William Cameron Menzies. Metropolis was there first, and it is arguably the greatest dystopian science fiction fantasy, and I'm so glad that we have it back now in one film. I'm Wheeler Winston Dixon, and this is Frame by Frame.